if you do just these 3 things this year, you will have significantly promoted your own happiness, your own positive mental state, and the happiness and mental state of the people around you. It's the new year, a year of possibilities. Hooray! Hello, I'm Danielle. This is my channel, Hogan Life. I am a homeschooling mother of 7. I enjoy talking to you about everything mom related. But the new year, everyone's favorite time to write resolutions or to write goals. I am a huge fan of writing goals. People who accomplish great things are people who write things down. They write their goals down and they start to make plans towards those goals. However, a lot of people have a problem with making goals around the first of the year because it's just another way to get to the end of the year and feel like a failure. I actually think that we should be making goals all the time. When you come up with a good one, you're like, this is something that is important, valuable for my life. I need to write that down, work on it. It could be June, it could be September, it could be the second week in February. The first one is a toughie. Reduce the time spent on your cell phone. Don't be mad. I am not a cell phone hater. When my husband made me switch from my flip phone to a smartphone, I was initially extremely disturbed because I've seen the dependence that people have on their cell phones. I've seen the addictions.
My eye hurts.
It's because you have hair in it. So when I got a smartphone, and I admit I was quite old, it did change my life in a very positive way. So I am not dismissing the utility of cell phones. In fact, I think they're great. That word utility is so important. They need to be used for a purpose. But first, I have to read you this. The average person checks their cell phone once every 12 minutes. I know, it's so bad. That is approximately 80 times a day. All right, this is a good one. Cell phones carry 10 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. You gotta be kidding. That is awesome. Everything your hands touch go on the cell phone, and then everything your hands touch eventually goes on your face. People often suffer from a sense of anxiety when they don't have their cell phones near. And of course, there's a name for it, nomophobia. Now this one's a rough one. Almost 2/3 of children spend 4 hours or more on their smartphones. Oh gosh, I'm speechless. The thing that disturbs me the most is actually that I found myself being on my cell phone more with my children around. When I'm homeschooling, when I'm trying to get stuff done, other things done. And this is not acceptable for me. Now, there are devices out there. One of them is like a cell phone safe, and you can lock it in there and it has a timer so you know you're not using the phone for a specific period of time. There are some boxes where you can stick your phone in there and it, on the app, lets you know how long the phone has been in the box and not used. So you can kind of gauge how much you're pulling your phone out, how much you're using it, how much you're not using it. If you want to purchase them, if your addiction has gotten to be severe, try them. But if your desire is to be on your phone less or to be on it for a specific purpose and specific utility, then I think that you have enough motivation and enough self-control to do that without locking it in a phone safe. Not that I wouldn't like that. I think I would. But one of the things I have developed for myself is to keep a piece of paper by where I have my phone or a notebook. And so anytime I think of something I need to do that is on my phone, like pay the electric bill, then I can write it on the piece of paper. And then at the end of the day, when I have the time to just sit and take care of all those little bullet points of business that require my cell phone, require cell phone usage, then I can do it all in one fell swoop. I am finding that I don't really need to be on it for a great length of time when I'm bulking it all together like that. I love the fact that you can transfer money with your cell phone. You can pay your bills with your cell phone. You can recheck out your library books with your cell phone. It is extremely handy. But I present to you that most of us do not need to check our emails 17 times a day. So what if we just put a few parameters on our cell phone usage so that we're still using it for all the things that are so helpful, so productive, and have made our lives so much simpler? Now, there is a significant detachment thing that's happening with the cell phones, and I witness it, I see it. I don't want it to happen in my family. We have been extremely diligent about cell phones in our family thus far, and I want to make sure that because I'm using my cell phone so much more for what I do as a YouTuber and what I do even as a homeschooler, I don't want to take it too far and actually compromise something that I'm extremely passionate about. And that is setting a good example for my kids in my own cell phone usage so that I teach them that this is a tool. Let us use it as a tool to enhance our life and not to detract from our life. But since I'm already on my soapbox, I strongly urge you, if you do not have some strict regulations with your own children and cell phone usage, do it. There's so much information and knowledge out there to gain and to glean without clouding the thinking of teenagers and of kids with a bunch of nonsense. It's never too late to pull back on the cell phone. Never. You're still the parent and you need to do what's best for your kids. All right, the second second one is develop a sense of gratitude. I say develop because I want you to look at gratitude as a muscle. Let's say you go to the gym because you don't have any biceps, and every day you do curls, every single day. And every day you build a little bit bigger of a muscle in your bicep. So at the end of 365 days, you have some good sized muscles in your arms. It is the same thing with gratitude. If you practice every day doing gratitude curls, at the end of 365 days, it's going to be effortless to be a thankful person, to be a person who is grateful for the people in your life. Gratitude, it shifts your thinking from what you don't have to what you do have. It shifts your thinking from yourself to others. Not only that, when you feel a sense of gratitude, dopamine is released. And that is that feel-good brain chemical that makes you want to do something again and again. This even can become addicting. Being grateful for the things and the people around you. The practice of gratitude actually decreases depression. It helps develop a stronger immune system. It increases your energy levels. It reduces negative stress. And of course, it increases positivity and reduces negative emotion. There's a long list for the pros of developing in gratitude. And one of the things I did last year was I would write just a sentence in my bullet journal. So my week is spread out on these 2 pages. So I have a section this big for my day, and I would just write a sentence of something I'm grateful for or someone and why. If it's not easy to do every day, it won't get done. So I really want to look at the doableness of the things I write down as my goals, of their value and of their doableness, their practicality in my everyday momming. Making a point to send an encouraging text to someone that could be on your list of things you want to do with your cell phone at the end of the day. People get a lot of yuck from the world. It's hard enough to keep an I can do it attitude in a lot of things without someone saying something negative to be discouraging. In your developing your own gratitude, sending out an encouraging word, sending out that gratitude to someone else could be what they really needed in their day to just keep going on. Maybe keep going on in an endeavor or a dream that they have been pursuing. So let's never underestimate the power of sharing and spreading that thankfulness. Ask yourself, what can I do to establish a daily practice of gratitude? When you go through the motions of gratitude, you will eventually feel the feelings of gratefulness. The third thing you're gonna do this year, read the Bible. What? The Bible is the most amazing book ever written. It is a living book. And although I love reading it as much as I can, you only have to read small portions to just get something profound. A couple of fun facts. It is the best-selling book in the entire world, and the second best-selling book, Don Quixote. That surprised me. Apart from that, it is the most conclusive manual for all relationships, parenting, self-help, personal growth, spiritual growth, growth in any aspect of your life. And just ask the Lord before you read it, Lord, show me how this applies practically to my day today. And He will. If you go to the New Testament and you read the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, just start in those and just get accustomed to the ways of Jesus, to the life of Jesus, to the love of Jesus. In Hebrews 1:3, it says that Jesus was the exact representation of the Father. I think I can quote it better. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of His nature. That's so beautiful. So you can look at Jesus and you can get a picture of God. Or I like to read the Proverbs in the morning because there's 31 Proverbs and oftentimes there's 31 days in a month. You can read one every single day, and there's so much wisdom in the Proverbs. Do these 3 things with me this year, and let's just see how we are transformed. All right, thanks for listening. I sure enjoy talking to you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.